Isis, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam. So believe it or not, this is the second part 7 that I'm making. Originally it was 33 minutes long and YouTube deleted it. I must have said the wrong words. Yeah, so I'm gonna make this one quick because basically all that I did, it was 33 minutes long, but it was a lot of me talking, and maybe that's for a good thing also, because maybe I added too much. It was part 7 revolved around Matthew 8 verse 27 or 28, I think, verse 28. It came to me in a feed, a feed that was on YouTube, and it was literally a whole host of like eye-opening, I don't know what you want to call it, just it was a whole bunch of stuff that was recommended that seemed to be on topic of what my mind was on. And one of the things that it was that I saw that started it back at ST.A.R Guidance Part 1 was Joe Rogan, who I'm not a fan of. I never watch any of his shows completely. I've seen excerpts of him talking, and I just never, not that I had disrespect for him. I think he's actually a very real person, actually, considering actually what he just said a week ago. But even before that, I had respect for him. It's not that I disliked him or anything like that. I just never watched. I don't really watch stuff like that. But every now and then I find myself I will, but I don't really watch it. But there's a plane going ahead, a helicopter. But it started with Joe Rogan. I paused on it because I'm not sure why I did. It was a week ago, and I thought I just saw something about Paul Rogan and it was something that he hadn't done in a while, and I thought, well, I guess he's not on YouTube anymore. But then he was in my feed for some reason, which again I don't understand why he was, but I do understand now why. But in his commentary, it was like a 4-minute long thing. He was talking to somebody, and he had said something that just blew my mind, because I thought I had been saying the exact same thing for the last few months, that if this doesn't stop, we're going to return to, well, not return, but we could go into Mad Max days, man. There will be people who are going to fight. So what's funny is that Joe Rogan said exactly the same thing. And I thought, whoa, okay, all right. I mean, I'm listening. And the funny thing is, he didn't offer any advice on how to fix it or what's going on. He literally said he's scared. He's scared. He doesn't know what's going to happen. He's scared. And it's funny because that's exactly where I'm at. I'm scared. I think a lot of people are taking this way too lightly. Way too lightly. Where, I mean, we're allowing them to dictate. And that's part of the reason why the original video to this was deleted already. Anyway, it's happening, and I guess it's supposed to. It has to. There's no way. There's nothing I can do about it. No one really appointed me. I'll take blame for my own messages, and I won't blame it on God or God sent me, or I'm just saying it as I see it. And the coincidences are not coincidences. I can't express that enough. And I could talk all day about the coincidences, but you would just turn this off, and I don't blame you, because it's long and drawn out and it's hard to explain. The point is, again, there is no point. One of the things that came across in that YouTube feed was a pastor interpreting Matthew 8, verse 27, or 28, verse 28. And I don't recall hearing it before like that, and if I did, I didn't absorb it. But It's about Jesus going into the town and or coming across a cave and seeing these two demon-possessed men, and he apparently it was the way they were possessed. It was in a fierce manner, and then everybody was afraid of them. So they were, I don't know, they were like outcasts, I guess. You almost think it's homeless people. And Jesus came across them and saw that they were demon possessed, and the demons say to him, the demon possessed men say to him, "Have you come here before your time to torment us?" And I'm not sure. You know what? Don't get me wrong. I don't really recall how now. I wish I had the book here. In the original one, I was reading out the book, but Jesus responded. I don't think he responded, actually. What happened next? It jumps to the next scene. If I'm saying this wrong, I apologize. No disrespect. But it jumps to the next scene where you see, you know, they're saying, can you, oh yeah, okay, I'm sorry, I'm saying this wrong. So they're saying, the demons are saying, can have you come before your time to torment us? Meaning before, I guess, the day of judgment, I assume. But come before your time to torment us. And then they go on and saying that, you know, something about, can you cast us out of these bodies and cast us into those pigs over there grazing so that we may be free, or something like that, or just to cast us out. And I don't, if he says something, I'm not sure what he says right now, but again, if I'm reading it wrong, I apologize. But I believe the response is that he cast them out into the pigs because there's pigs grazing over by where they're standing somewhere, and he cast out the demons into the pigs, and immediately when that happens, the pigs run down the mountainside or the hillside into the sea and drown. And the herdsmen that saw this action, that saw Jesus exorcise the two men and exorcise them out into the demons and see the pigs run into the sea and drown, went down to tell the city that this man Jesus had exorcised these two men, and basically, I guess what happened when the word got around into the city, you know, they found out it was Jesus that was outside that healed them, so they all went down or wherever he was to meet him. And when apparently the view of what they're trying to show you is that when the city or the majority of the people come down who hear this rumor or this truth about this man who heals someone, they come down, they go to whatever area that he's at to say, please don't come into our city. Literally, they go down to beg him not to come into the city. And when I heard that, I read that, I thought, what? Why wouldn't you want this man? But then, you know what, I'm starting to realize that not everybody wants peace. Not everybody wants morality. Not everybody wants that. Everybody, you know, there's people out there who feel like, you know, they want to live their life in the way they want to live it. And if that's immoral, then so be it. And that's fine. I've come to realize that's not for any of us to judge anymore. But the majority of us don't want the healing. We don't want this man to come in and show us a true path because we like our cell phones and our Air Jordans and that stuff, etc., etc., etc. You know what I'm getting at. Point is that again, there is no point. The idea behind the passage is that because of what's happening now and what I'm seeing, they don't, you know, for instance, I can't say certain words, which already means certain liberties have been taken away. So I gotta find, or I can't say words, and I gotta let you imagine. But if you're in true belief of the Daffy Duck syndrome, then that's your God-given right to believe in that. But I believe deep down inside, people have instinctive spiritual hints that let them know that there's something wrong. And all I could say is you have to almost do studies, a little studying, go, you know, understand how it all works. I'm not even going to spell it, because chances are they're listening to certain words now, and they're deleting your video if you say certain words, or even probably even say certain letters. Anyway, you can't say anything about the Daffy Duck comedy. You can't say anything about it. If you do, you're either you're a troublemaker, or you're someone like Jesus Christ in that sense, and that's what a troublemaker is in that sense. And they don't want it. They don't want you to disturb it. They if they believe in the Nazi state. And I don't know, I probably can't say that either. We'll find out. But I mean, if that's what you want, that's what you get. Look at the two eagles there flying. They've been flying for a while. See that? Yeah, I mean, that's what that feed that I had that led up to the message that I had in S.T.A.R Guidance, that these are the days, these are the times, and it's happening right before our eyes. Prophecy, what the Bible said. And again, I'm no fanatic. I am no fanatic. I really am not. I'm a sinner like everybody else in that sense, and I'm not perfect, and I'm not righteous. But I will tell you, yeah, I will tell you that look at that dot in the sky right there. I will tell you that it doesn't mean that I don't see what's in front of me. So, I don't know, it looks like a UFO right there. Look at that. That little dot right there. It's moving really slow, way too slow for a plane, if you could see that. And I know I got off. That's always bound to happen when I'm out here. There's more things in the sky than you realize. When you look at them sometimes, that dot right there is moving way too slow, but I can't prove that to you. I don't know if you could see it. Anyway, keep my view on it. So yeah, anyway, that's what this was really about. It was just leading up to part 7 and saying, I was reading out of the Bible. Oh, look at that. Jeez, that's beautiful. Yeah, actually, I just figured out I'm in a cemetery right now, and it's a beautiful one, very tranquil. Go here a lot to think, smoke, and just get my mind right somewhat. But look at that dot is moving way too slow if you can still see it. I'm trying to see if I could get a... Anyway, that's what all this was about. And I'm basically going to say too, I'm not really going to even do this anymore, because it's not for me too. If I find some odd things like what I'm seeing right now, that's not a plane, but it could be a drone, but it's not acting like one. But I don't know what that is. It's moving really, really slow though. If you could still see that. I'm gonna just keep rolling on it. But it almost stopped actually. It's above that cloud to the right of the white cloud, almost in the middle of the screen. You could zoom into that, you'll probably see it's actually almost stopping and going almost in a different direction. Well, that's not a helicopter either. Way too high. Anyway, that's what part 7 here was about Matthew 8, verse 27. That's what's happening now. People don't care about no miracles or godly sense or instinctive. The government said, so the government's right. And I just gotta leave it at that. I don't know if it's still there or not. Oh yeah, see, it's right above the cloud there. See that? Moving real slow. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it on it. So you can kind of, maybe somebody's gonna be able to zoom in and see what that is. That's really interesting. It's moving really slow. I don't believe that's balloons either. They don't. Well, what do I know? UFO fools. You ever notice UFO, if you continue spelling it, it's OLS? There are no such thing as UFOs, but I think there are some man-made things going on. And a lot of times we might be looking at spirits in the sky also. When they're shooting across the sky like that, not making any noise, you know, material has to make noise against the... You see that? That thing looks like it almost stopping. Well, maybe just because it's moving forward, it's giving the illusion. There's a plane coming out on the right-hand side. See that? The plane? Or you look over there to the left, towards the middle of the screen. Oh wait, it's gone. It's almost gone. You can't really see it. Sometimes it shines. That could be a spirit. Literally. Almost looks like it's stopping. Maybe that's pulsing. Maybe that's... I don't know. It's bound to catch something though. Always do. Yeah. Oh wait, it's still there. See that? And it's almost look like, again, maybe it's just moving because it's moving forward. It's giving the illusion that it's stopping, but it's still moving way too slow. Moving way too slow to... That's no helicopter. I don't even think that's a drone. Anyway, what do I know? Yeah, anyway, it's the end of this. Again, I ain't gonna really do this too much more because this could be foolish on my part anyway. I could be misleading or just sounding stupid in general. I don't know. Again, I'm no narcissist, not telling you. Just hopefully I'm passing on the message. Yeah, most tranquil place, really. Anyway, bless, Isis, Shalom, wa alaikum salam to all you all, and hope all is well. Give thanks. Inshallah, we'll all be all right.